The fading buzz of the city below mixed with the sweet aroma of cinnamon rolls I had baked just the day before. My small, cramped kitchen was starting to feel a bit more like home, thanks to my newfound roommate and friend, Marco. "I tell you, I never thought I'd meet a guy who loves to cook just as much as I do," I said, grinning as I handed him a plate stacked high with warm pastries. He chuckled, a sound that lit up the room, and for the first week, everything felt perfect. We were in sync like a well-oiled machine. But then, out of nowhere, things began to shift. It started with the shadows in the hall. I would wake in the middle of the night to the sound of soft whispers echoing through the space. At first, I dismissed it. Old buildings groan. Pipes rattle. But soon it became a familiar pattern, whispers that seemed to crawl under my skin. It unsettled me. It was like an invisible hand brushing against my cheek in the dead of night, a tickle of unease. As I drifted off into restless sleeps, I began to notice something peculiar happening to my afternoon naps. I would awaken with my hair intricately braided, tight and precise. I brushed it off at first, maybe I had done it unconsciously, miraculously mastering braiding in my sleep. But with each day, the braids became more ornate. Each one was a work of art that I could barely comprehend. Then came the day I decided to confront this strange phenomenon. I set my phone up to record while I slept, convinced that this would bring clarity to my muddled mind. The next morning, my heart raced as I played back the footage. The screen flickered to life, casting an eerie glow in the dimness of my room. I watched my sleeping self, sprawled and unaware, when suddenly the door swung open, and there stood Marco, silhouetted in the hallway light. He moved quietly, almost gliding, like he was part of the shadows themselves. I couldn't process what I was seeing as he crept closer to me, holding something glimmering in his hand. My wide-toothed comb. He crouched beside my bed. The gentle rhythm of his fingers brushing through my hair revealed an unsettling calmness. He ignored the beauty of the sleeping me in favor of his concentration, spilling an oil that smelled like vanilla and sweetness, too sweet, too intimate. And then he began to braid. The calmness of his hands contrasted sharply with the anxious pounding of my heart as I listened closely to his muttering, words that rolled like a lullaby, yet felt jarring in the eeriest of ways. Tangled roots, lying too still. I will fix the dreams you will fulfill. A tapestry woven tight while you rest and sleep tonight. With every tug and twist of my hair, despair gripped at my throat. A nightmare cycled in my mind. The sweet smells, the warm laughter, only to mask this obsession. The braids weren't decorations. They were bindings, a declaration of possession while I lay vulnerable, unknowingly gripped in his thrall. The chilling realization washed over me like ice water. I had invited this creature into my life, naive to the gentle monster lurking behind Marco's laughter. As the video ended, and the reality of what I watched sunk in, I fought against the urge to scream, to find the words to confront him. The familiar knock on my door pulled me back to the present, the shattering of my paralysis, as Marco's bright voice rang out, "Hey, you up? Thought we could go get breakfast together." Staring at the door, I could almost sense him waiting on the other side, that charming facade hiding the truth of what he had done. My heart thumped furiously, caught between the comfort of what we shared and the horror lurking beneath the surface. The room felt stifling, too small for the unease exploding within me as I took a breath, acutely aware that my next words would change everything. I had to choose between the normalcy of our friendship and the truth that wound through my hair like a serpent. And deep down I knew that innocence had already slipped through my fingers like the strands of my hair he had claimed so closely.